everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act, well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be.
Hello. So Tina said, cue the toe tapping. I was full out dancing here. So hello and welcome to my Q&A session. I am Amy Ulen, and let me know in the chat if you had a chance to view my class yet. And if not, Crafty Jam, I can't help it. I like life should be a musical. We should all dance at all times. So, yes. Um, but yes, so please let me know if you had a chance to watch the workshop and see my interactive card. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Catherine, thank you. I am glad you enjoyed the class. Diana, excellent. We lava you too. Yay. I know. That stamp, it's just so, oh, this is the other one. I already gave my other card away to my niece for her birthday. She loved it. So that was awesome. Oh, yeah, Barbara, no problem. You know, if you haven't watched it yet, that is perfectly fine. But for those of you that did, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And so here's my question for you. I would like to know how many of you, because this is a 5x7 card, right? How many of you make 5x7 cards? And what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about making large cards like that? Because I know there's kind of a couple schools of thought. For me, like you can see, and this is only just part of my paper. I've got a ton of paper. So I'm like, this year I am all in on the 5x7s because I'm like, I got to use up that paper, you know? But then I have other people that are like, it uses so much paper. I don't want to do that. So where are you? Okay. Let's see. So Victoria, gotta ask, what's in the binders behind you? Those are all of my scrapbooks. So I started out as a scrapbooker, and I was just all in on scrapbooking. And honestly, I never saw myself as a card maker. I just didn't think that I had the creativity to be a card maker, but I could do these double page 12 by 12 spread layouts, and I could do that, but I couldn't do a little, 5x7 or 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 canvas. I don't know where my brain was, but um, I have been, I just slowly keep adding to my scrapbooks, and someday when it's my time to go, I'm hoping that at least one of them, I've made one for my nephew and one for my niece. Hopefully they will take those. I don't care what happens to the rest. Okay, so Nan says that my young grandchildren would love your card. Yes, I don't make large 5x7 cards. Do they require extra postage? Not if they are in a rectangular envelope. And again, postage is determined by how heavy, like the weight of the card. So a lot of the cards that you buy, or that people, I don't know, probably none of us, but that non-card makers purchase are typically 5x7. And so they come in the 5x7 envelopes. And if they're not super bulky and heavy, they won't require extra postage. So again, like when I use embellishments, I try to use really flat embellishments. So this card will lay really flat in the envelope and it shouldn't require extra postage. Okay. So Crafty I Am says, I almost read that as Crafty Jam. I may have said that earlier, which would be kind of a cool, like, if you did music, Crafty Jam. Anyway, Crafty I Am says, I like 5x7, but prefer 4x6. Few cuts off 12x12. Okay. So interesting. So, Crafty I Am, do you put those in a typical 5x7 envelope when you're mailing them? I'd be curious to know about how your, the cost of your postage is with that side. Okay, Suzanne says, I've made one or two, but I think it's because when I started, all the YouTube tutorials were geared for A2. Yeah. And a lot of them are. We've got also a lot of card makers that are doing square cards or mini slimline cards. And really, if you on a mini slimline, again, if you make a rectangular envelope, typically that's not going to cause you extra postage. But the square envelopes do cause the extra postage. So there's that. All right. So Debbie, hello. So I just have trouble using the scraps when I cut down 8.5x11 cardstock to make 5x7 cards. Yes. A2 is easier and I don't have to think about that part. That is so true. Like Debbie, great point. If you're using 8.5x11, you can cut it once, get two card front or card bases out of it. Makes so much more sense. For those of us that have a ton of 12x12 paper from our scrapbooking days, it's much easier for us to get 5x7 cards. Okay. Cynthia asks, where did you get the idea for that wonderful card? I don't know. I think I was like I'm really into interactive cards. And so I watch like a lot of YouTube videos about like actual mechanisms for the card, so when we have that pop-up feature, right? And this is just on acetate. So the pop-up feature inside the card, we can add that really to any card. It doesn't have to be this full 5x7. It can be an A2 size card. I know that like Erin showed a card that had just a little Z fold in it. You could put even a little tiny one of these mechanisms in that Z fold, and when it opens up, it would pop up. So once you learn the mechanism, you can add it to anything. Yeah, Catherine says, I'm already thinking about making it a Christmas card with penguins popping up. Oh my goodness, that would be so cute. Well, and just think about this, and that's why I did the happy, right? We have happy everything. So you can either, if you're like me and a total fan of the rainbow, you could print out this rainbow happy paper that I provided for you, or the SVG file, and add it to anything throughout the year that you want to wish somebody a happy something. This is the go-to for you. Okay, Cynthia says, I've been getting interested in interactive cards, and do you have any videos of your own about them? Okay, Cynthia, I don't I don't think on my YouTube channel right now I do, but I am going to add one from one of these classes that I did several years ago. I'm going to re-edit that and put it up on my channel. Okay. So, Annette, oh, okay. It's not so much the extra price as it is the aggravation of waiting in long lines at the post office. Yes. So definitely, some people do not enjoy or frankly have a post office that is convenient to your home. So I don't know if any of you buy your postage from um, stamps.com or US, I don't know, the US Postal Service. You can buy stamps online and you can do your postage online. So if it's inconvenient for you to go to a post office, that's something to consider as well. So if you do that, put it in the chat and let us know, because that would be really interesting to know how it works in your area of the country or the world, because we are international friends here. Yes. Okay. So I watched you score 3 times with your scoreboard every time. I quit using that plastic gizmo that comes with it and use a small ball stylus that fits in the groove that scores better. Yes, absolutely. And honestly, like previous, I don't know. Do you go by previous or next? Um, so the my scoreboard, yes, I have used the stylus with that before. If you don't have a scoreboard like that, but you have a paper trimmer that has the guide for the trimmer, you can open up the handle of your paper trimmer and use your stylus in that groove to score. So don't feel like you have to rush out and get a scoreboard if you don't have one. Your paper trimmer will work just as well. Okay, so great tip. Okay, so Linda, does your freebie have a printable PDF for those of us without a machine? Yes, well, Linda, what a fabulous question. Let's take a little look at the freebie, the handout. Okay, so it comes in 2 pages. So the first page has and you can print this on 8.5 by 11 paper. And I just used some Nina cardstock for printing. So you can print this out. You've got you can cut out the panels for the sides of the card. You've got the pride sentiment. If you don't celebrate pride, on the other side, you've got birthday. You can cut these out by hand. So this one I cut out by hand, and I make on the cloud. It's probably really hard to see here. Okay, what's happening? All right. There you go. So it's a very light line that you can use to print that out. Now, if you have a Cricut machine or a different cutting machine, I've also included the Happy as an SVG file. So that's the printable you'll get with the class. If you decide that you would like to sign up for my mailing list, which, not gonna lie, I'm not super good about like emailing right now, but I'm trying to get better. But anyway, you'll get the perpetual calendar that you can print out. And then you'll also get with that, oops, okay, I don't want to show anybody that I I've actually sent this to. Okay. So then you'll also get the mail tracker. Okay, so I see that Sue, oops, says, okay, that Sue says that she's having trouble printing out the freebie. Um, if it might be on your printer settings, I would probably need more to help you troubleshoot that. So feel free to email me at hello@amyulen.com and I can see if I can help you troubleshoot. All right. What tape did you use? You said use something strong. I was wondering which tape you chose. Okay. So in my in the link for my workshop, I think it's amyulen.com/CMSS 2024. I have a list of the supplies. You can also find those if you download the handout. I think it's is it TAUTO? I don't remember. It's one of the just double-sided tapes that are really strong. Like once you adhere them, you're not getting it off again. And so some people use like red line tape. Um, and so I think any kind of double side tape that you have to actually peel it off. So I'm not talking about like a tape runner. Any of those will work. Okay. Oh, thank you. And Lisa, I just saw that. Yeah. So perpetual calendar is so cute. Do you have a version with more than one line per date? I have multiple people born on the same date. I don't because I was trying to fit it onto one page. But that's a great idea that I hadn't really thought about, and if you want to use mine, you could cross out the dates that you don't have people, or I kind of, when I have multiples, I just write small and then include them all. You don't have to include like a lot of detail on that, like when they were born and all that, because you've got the card tracker. And on the card tracker, that's when you're going to flip back and be able to include all of those notes about, not only like when they were born, but if they've got anniversaries or, family members, like all kinds of information that you could share about or just keep track of about your person. Okay. Oh, Catherine, great idea. Putting a sticky note on the dates with multiples. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Or, I mean, if you got a lot of birthdays, you could print out multiple pages. Okay. So Susan, that's such a bright, helpful tracker. I haven't found mine since we moved here 17 years ago. Yeah. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I created this for myself was that I used to use like paper trackers, or like address books that were actual books for address books. And every time people would move, I'd have to cross stuff out, and I don't like writing in pencil, so I wouldn't want to do that. And so finally I thought, well, why don't I just make my own? And then if somebody moves, if I need to, I could just print them a new page, right? Okay. Oh no, it's time to wrap up. Oh, okay. Well, my friends, yes, please tag me in the Facebook group if you make one of these cards. I really can't wait to see what you make and how you adapt the mechanism to somebody or to another design, maybe see if you can add that pop-up. And then please follow me on YouTube at Creativity Playground, on Instagram at The Creativity Playground. And I look forward to being your creative cheerleader. Okay, bye.